Okay, hello everybody. I'm here today to make my mother's meatloaf. This was a recipe that she came up with, and I'm going to show you how to make it, and it's really tasty. So obviously you could tweak the ingredients if you'd like, but this is what she used to use. I've tweaked it a little bit actually. She used to use beef, pork, and veal in her meatloaf, and I am just using ground turkey because I'm trying to keep it light, and it's just as delicious, it really is. So 2 pounds of ground turkey. I'm sorry, ground chicken. Okay, I used to use ground turkey, but I actually like ground chicken better for a few recipes. So this is ground chicken, 2 pounds, and I just fluffed it up with a fork. Okay, so that's what that is. Then you're going to put in 4 eggs. So that's 2 eggs per pound of ground chicken. And then I don't really like onions, neither does my husband. You can put diced onions in if you'd like, a whole onion. However, I just use 2 tablespoons of onion powder. We just like it better because we don't like the crunch or the taste really. So then you could use breadcrumbs in this step, or you could use croutons crushed up, or you could use bread, which I have 2 pieces of bread which I soaked in milk, and so they're real mushy. This is just wheat bread. Really, any bread you have is fine. So it's just 2 pieces of plain bread. And then because we had mashed potatoes last night, instead of using breadcrumbs, I decided to use these. And this is my little tweak on it. My mother usually used about 2 cups of breadcrumbs, but this is going to be 2 cups of mashed potatoes. It's just a filler, but I figured I had them left over, and I always use leftover things if I can. So, and I've done this before, and it comes out really good. Okay, so then I use this pepper mill, and what I do is, this is a trick from my husband, I grind it into the cap, and I grind it 25 times, and I did that twice, so 50 times, and then this way you don't have to measure or anything. It kind of gives you a full cap full. And I'm going to say, let's see what this says exactly. This is a half a teaspoon, so yeah, it's about a teaspoon of ground pepper. Okay, I like the ground pepper. You could use whatever pepper you want. But that was just a little trick. Then for salt, I use the sea salt, and I'm going to use a half a teaspoon because it's very salty. You could always add more after it's cooked. I just don't like to use a lot of salt in the recipe. And then I'm going to use ketchup and mustard. You could use any type of ketchup or mustard. We like the spicy mustard, but in here, the way my mother used to do it was just the plain yellow mustard. And the yellow mustard, I know this is real precise, but it's probably about 4 squirts, 4 nice squirts. And again, it depends on what you prefer. If you don't really like mustard, if you like it more mustardy, less mustardy, if that's a word, it depends on what you want to do. So about 4 squirts of yellow mustard or spicy. You could use whatever you want, but she did it with the yellow, which I prefer. And then a 1/4 cup of ketchup. Okay, and then what you do is you just mix this all together. Okay, this is all mixed now. And the trick is, to this meatloaf anyway, is to not have it that thick and stiff. I guess stiff is the word. Have it a little more loose, the way it comes off the spoon like that. Have it a little, the mixture more wet. It just makes a more moist meatloaf. It doesn't dry it out, and it doesn't just taste like a bready meatloaf. So, okay, now what I did was I prepared the casserole dish. I just sprayed it with a little bit of olive oil cooking spray, and then just pour this in, and that's really it. Just get it all in there, and then you're gonna bake this at 350 degrees, and it depends on what you like. Again, I do it for, you stick your little meat thermometer in or whatever you want to test it for, but we like our meatloaf just a little bit crispy on top. So I'd say this size for 2 pounds, I would say about 1.5 to 2 hours, again, depending on your oven and how hot it is. But then what my mother used to do was she used to just make a little line going down the center, like a little divot. And then she would, because they really liked the mustard taste, and then she would just take the mustard and just squirt the little line right in the middle, just to, that's a nice sound, just to give it a little fun look, and it just comes out really cool when you bake it. Okay, so that's it. So the reason why I didn't put Siggy, my cat, in the last video is because she is in her heated bed because it is very rainy and yucky outside. So she doesn't really want to be bothered. And here she is. I figured I would show everybody since the top opens up in her nice, warm, fluffy, heated bed on this chilly, rainy day. Oh, there she is. Hi, Sig. She really doesn't want to be bothered today. Okay, I'm sorry I bothered you. Okay, well, I hope everybody enjoys the recipes, and please like, share, subscribe, and leave your comments below. We are going to leave Sig to her sleeping, and everybody have a good Tuesday.